Helen Zia's opinion piece, published June 16, 2017, on asiasociety.org, adapted by Miss O'Donnell. It seems hardly possible that 35 years have passed since Vincent's death, when a small but committed community of Asian Americans rose up to protest his killers getting away with murder. Vincent would be 62 today had he not been stalked and bludgeoned in a climate of hate against anyone who looked Japanese. Today, there are echoes of that hostility in the intense discrimination and Islamophobia of this post-9/11 era, when anyone who looks Muslim is a target. A national civil rights movement sprang out of the 1982 tragedy and miscarriage of justice, traveling across America to Japan, China, Hong Kong, Taiwan, and elsewhere. For the first time, then separate Asian ethnic communities came together to stand up for civil rights and against racist violence. That national movement prodded the U.S. Department of Justice to conduct the first federal civil rights trial for an Asian American. Over the years, new Pan-Asian advocacy organizations emerged along with generations of young activists. Just as significantly, Vincent Chin's legacy has profoundly impacted every American, reaching far beyond Asian Americans. To cite just two examples. First, Vincent's case exposed the fallacy that race in America is only white or black. Vincent's race in the police report was listed as white because Michigan's crime statistics offered only two choices. The public outcry over his killing forced states like Michigan to recognize America's racial diversity beyond black and white. Second, Vincent's case marked the turn toward a more expansive view of civil rights. Several liberal white attorneys, including the Michigan ACLU, had asserted that civil rights laws do not protect Asians and other immigrants. Their restrictive interpretation would have prevented Vincent Chin, Asian Americans, Latinos, and immigrants in general from federal civil rights protection. Vincent's case helped open the door for more inclusive federal protections, including perceived gender, sexual orientation, and disability. Today, there are many disturbing parallels to 1982. Hate and crimes against people who look Muslim mount, as do homophobic, anti-immigrant, and other human rights wrongdoings. State violence against African Americans continues to go unpunished, driving Black Lives Matter. The killings of Trayvon Martin, Vincent Chin, and too many others share glaring patterns of racism and justice denied. Meanwhile, malicious white supremacy, sexism, and nativism radiate from the highest halls of power and are cheered by hate mongers globally, contributing to a climate of bigotry. The angry white working class lashed out in Vincent's death in 1982. History has shown that the perceived loss of respect and white power stirs the fires of reaction, whether after the Reconstruction, the Arab Spring, or the Obama presidency. As in Vincent Chin's time, the cure to this toxic mix is the coming together of people of conscience to tear down walls of bigotry. In the organizing around Vincent's case, people overcame mutual fears and suspicions to join together against hate and injustice. As every generation must learn, the long arc of history bends towards justice, when justice-loving people make it happen. The Vincent Chin case shows what can be accomplished when people from all walks of life come together to fight for their common humanity. That, too, is a legacy of Vincent Chin.